Excellent.
So Ryan,
so division is a smash. Like launch smash. I think what I'm gonna do is when we're out in Vegas for Bet Bash, I'm gonna level off my Tampa division winning ticket so it's equivalent to the Lions.
Okay. People were wondering.
This is one of my favorite bets of the NFL season.
All right, let's go.
Don't you think it's like?
Yeah, I mean,
every other division winner that I like.
I still don't. To me, the market said, "Oh, hey, Kirk Cousins came here. Now the Falcons are a clear favorite." I don't agree with that at all. I still think this division is a toss-up. With the Panthers being shitty and not in the mix.
It's even moved. The Falcons are even more chalk, -120. Bucks are pushed out to +320. Saints 340. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean,
what's happening that people are betting the Falcons?
I'm not going to be super high on the Saints. Maybe they get you to 8 wins, but yeah, I love the Bucks here. Great spot for the Bucks.
I'll be honest. How is this not one of these?
I feel like the Bucks I feel how I felt about the Bucks last year, and the only thing that's changed is the win total's gone up 1, and the market saw like, hey, this is what this team can do, and it's still they're not adjusting to it. It's very interesting.
Fading the Falcons by even if you don't love the Bucks or the Saints, you can bet both of those at over 3, like 3.2 and 3.4 to 1. How are the Falcons minus odds to win a division? Guys, this is crazy. All right, so Bucks win the division.
Yep.
Any interest in futures beyond that?
No, because I don't think they're winning the conference, right? So, and I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl.
Feels like the ceiling is divisional round.
Ryan, let's just start with our buddy Mike Evans. Mike Evans,
oh dear,
most receiving touchdowns. What do you think that's in the league? That should be what, even money?
Yeah, I mean, based on the fact that he scores a touchdown almost every week.
Yes. Remember Dick Puncher, aka the Packers super fan? Every time he come on the pregame show. Yeah. What are you going to give out? Mike Evans, anytime touchdown. He had 13 receiving touchdowns and he's 16-1 to lead the league. I'm in on that.
I thought you were going to bring up his yards.
His yards. I mean, he's on a crazy streak of every year in his career, he's had 1,000 receiving yards. I think he's going to tie Jerry Rice if he gets another 1,000 yards coming off a 1255 season where he played all 17 games. I mean, he had a 15-yard season all the way back in 2018. I think he's going to be in the mix again. The receiving
1,050 and a half over every time. I'm going to do it. Smash.
Okay, so you like his over?
Much better. Like I would tell you that this is a time to not play him on Underdog. His projection on Underdog is 75 yards higher than his prop market yardage total that's out at the DK FanDuels of the play world.
Yeah, always shop around with this stuff. Brian, is there any Jalen McMillian stuff you find intriguing? I think offensive rookie of the year to me is going to be tough because of the quarterbacks, right? I think one of those quarterbacks is going to be good. I know you're high on Neighbors, but
I don't think the problem with him is you have really good established receivers that are already there. I mean, you've been talking about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Trey Palmer. Like he's still going to be very involved. I would say we didn't get to this part of the handicap, but since we're talking about the receiver room, Sterling Shepard was brought in by this team, Sean. Sterling Shepard was a guy that the Giants allowed to stay with the team even after he got hurt. Very much a leadership component here. Well, why would Sterling Shepard leave the Giants to go down to Tampa Bay? Well, he went to college with Baker Mayfield. College bros, vibes are good. I don't have a bet for
Ryan. I mean,
Sterling Shepard is a vibes guy. I wanted to get that off.
We should. I mean, we might have to stop the show.
What happened? Oh no!
Most regular season rookie receiving yards. Jalen McMillian. What do you think he is to lead that market?
20-1.
Higher.
100-1.
Lower. 80-1. 80-1. Are you kidding me? I mean, Chris Godwin has had plenty of injury issues. I hopefully he stays healthy, but if he gets banged up, Mike Evans, who again has been good about staying on the field, but if he misses some time, I don't know. I'm going just off camp reports, but they're talking about Jalen McMillian. They've already given him the third receiver starting job. He's going to get a shit ton of chances. And who better, Ryan? Remember last year, everyone goes, how could we ever see Puka Nacua coming? We could never see it coming. Meanwhile, we have a guy on that offense, a Rams offense coming from the Rams offense, a Rams offense responsible for discovering Puka Nacua, and maybe Jalen McMillian is Puka Nacua number 2. I'm going to roll the dice at 80-1. Let's go. Love that bet. Kramer, you know you're in. You can still love Malik Neighbors and like this bet at 80-1.
No, I like the bet. I'll jump in it with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I think what if the real answer to the question is that Chris Godwin's the guy coming into the Puka Nacua role?
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. Like to me, the safest is Mike Evans receiving touchdowns because that's just like what you do when you get near the goal line. You throw it to Mike Evans. Rashad White, I feel like he's not. They don't use him a ton near the goal line. I'm going to pull up that.
I would say they were a run pass team, so they were.
He had 6 rushing touchdowns, but he did have 3 receiving. So I don't know. I still think Mike Evans is going to get a ton of looks inside the 5. Baker loves throwing those jump balls to him. So that to me is the safest, but Godwin having a really good year, I like too. And I think we should be playing Baker most passing yards as well, right?
What's the number? Because I would think that if you're liking the most passing yards, you also have to like the interceptions.
Never.
Because that's Baker's style.
Baker Mayfield most passing yards 40-1. I like that.
What's the most interceptions? They hide it all the way to the right. All right, I got it. Baker Mayfield 12-1 interceptions. Oof.
No thanks, Ryan.
I don't think he can. I'm not going to join you on the most passing yards.
Really? I feel like we talked about that market.
I don't hate it, but I think I've found my way into realizing that I don't know if he has the ceiling of that, but
we'll just rock with the long shot Jalen McMillian. Love that play.
I will say too, my prep for this episode has made me think that I should be drafting more of Bucky Irving.
Really? Why? Just because of Rashad White's fragility?
I just think there's certain types of coaches who have an eye for the type of running back that they want in their system. And I think there's a chance we have a slightly different approach to the offensive line and how they're blocking and the run scheme in general. I know they brought in Ben Bredesen from the Giants, who was one of the bright spots on the offensive line over the last couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see between him and Barton what that changes in terms of what they're trying to do up there. But yeah, I think just, you know, you got to pay attention when a Kubiak or a Shanahan or a McVay disciple drafts a running back, and the starting running back is perceived to not be the most efficient guy, doesn't have, lack some of the things you might want in your offense. So
Ryan, Underdog promo code SGPN. What is your favorite pick'em season long? For me, I'll keep it simple with just the Baker Mayfield higher 365.5 passing yards.
Almost had 3 6s there.
Yeah, mark of the beast.
Wonder if that was intentional.
Did you see Baker worshiping the devil?
Kind of.
Yeah,
that's also he probably was like, who also likes to wake up feeling dangerous? Oh,
like
the devil.
If you just
the Dark Lord.
If you gave Baker Mayfield some mascara and like a metal choker, you could definitely see him getting into the devil.
That was always a weird thing to me. Like, why is it the devil is so into makeup, or especially around the eyes? I don't know.
Yeah. The devil loved pasty dudes and heavy metal.
I would think if it was hot, the makeup would like melt a little bit. You're sweating.
Yeah, hell doesn't
dripping.
seem like the perfect environment for for mascara.
Yeah, I don't.
But tell that to the sophomores sitting near the fountain. Sorry. Shout out Freedom High School. Okay. Ryan, you have daughters in high school age.
Everything's the same.
So goths are still a thing.
Yep. Bullying still happens. The only difference is it does seem like the younger male generation is evolving to be even more dipshitty around the idea. There's less getting punched in the face.
Oh, okay.
And so you don't see a lot of correction of behavior. Also, parents don't like someone else's parents aren't going to kick your ass anymore.
Yeah, that was always a threat looming.
Like fear of other adults, because just any mom on the street could whoop your ass.
Old man Novotnik will break out the belt.
Yeah,
that
there
was
no,
always
like, the cops weren't going to be like, "Well, that's child abuse." No, they're going to be like, "What the fuck did you do, little fucker?" So yeah, that's creating a little bit of trouble. But yeah, all of the stuff that we remember still exists.
Robert Martin saying sprinkle the Super Bowl futures. Let's go. Sounds like a Bucks fan.
All the same sophomoric jokes. Yeah. Even with 2 daughters, the first time they come home with a good like, oh wow, all right, so you guys are still using those words, nice. Yeah. What else? All right, so Underdog, the Baker yards. I mean, he's gone over that. He went over that last season. Went over that.
I'm high on the passing game, but
2 seasons previous. Again, not super stoked on the menu here, but I will. See, I was going to play it a different way. I think there's a chance that we could see Godwin being deployed in a way that gives him a ton of volume.
No, you're right.
And so I'm also going to kind of like, okay, you're right about Mike Evans, but Godwin's touchdown number is so low. If he ends up being a little bit more of a focal point in this offense, give me the higher on Godwin. Just do a little bit of the reading between the lines.
He only had 2 receiving touchdowns last year. He did get 1 rushing randomly.
The number's very low for a reason. And I think if you go kind of like dive into what's going on out there in Bucs land, like there's a chance that Evans is just going to continue to do what he does, which is catch balls down the field. But who's working the rest of the offense? Think about what McVay and his offense always has. Think about what Cooper Kupp can do. Think about what Puka Nacua can do, and work over the middle. I feel like that's what they've been wanting Godwin to do, and I think the emergence of Jalen McMillian maybe allows them to do that.
Yeah.
So
wait, sorry,
I'll take that higher. 4.5 touchdowns.
Oh, 4.5. Okay. Have receiving touchdowns. All right, let's close it out with the best bets. Everything we've given out so far. Shout out to the chat. Chat was lit. Steffi Smalls checking in.
I did have one more.
Oh, you did. Okay, what else you got?
Oh, Tampa Bay Bucks to have the most sacks.
Yeah, what's that one?
35-1.
Okay.
I need a piece of that. I'm not going to advertise the price I got. It was a long time ago. But Todd Bowles going to get pressure. Shout out to the offshores for screwing that price up.
I like that. I also like
66.
That was one of my other favorite ones from the Jacksonville.
Saxonville.
Jacksonville lead the league in sacks. We had our buddy CJ on 50-1 for that one. I like that as well.
Him being into the Jags. What's that about?
Shout out to Josh Stool in the chat. Godwin gonna eat. Stinking chicken likes Irving Fryer over 800 receiving yards plus 175. I don't know who's hanging that one.
I like that.
Sounds like a Colby pick. Old school football. Talking about creamsicle uniforms. Steffi Smalls in the chat saying she wants the fantasy bros to back off Bucky, pissing me off with their touting.